Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me, alright, sorry about that. Alright, let's talk about, hope you guys are doing well. I'm Cam. Want to welcome you to another episode of Thoughts on a Walk. I'm from epicconversions.com. And today I want to talk to you about building legend, as I like to call it. Now look, it's a little windy out here, so I might have to go sit in my garage in a minute. But I'm going to try to talk to you about this out here, see how good we can do it. I'll give you a little context for this idea of building legend. Yeah, it's windy out here. Listen, guys, it's about 50 degrees out here today, maybe 49 degrees, and it's fine. The weather's nice. It's just kind of like a little overcast, and it's windy as all get out. So I'm afraid it's gonna mess up the audio on this, and that's no good. So let me step in the garage here for a minute. You guys can hear what I'm saying. Okay, so check it out. We're talking about building legend. You can build legend for any product that you're putting out. Let me give you a little context. I'm not proud of this, but I happen to be somewhat of an insomniac. Seems like I'm awake, not all the time, but sometimes I'm just awake a really long time at night. Have trouble sleeping for whatever reason. Last night was one of those nights. I had been watching Top Gun. I've been watching Top Gun over the last few days. And sometimes I wish sometimes I have time just to sit down and watch a movie, right? And it should be that way. It shouldn't be a big deal just to sit down and watch a movie. But what I find lately is sometimes I'll watch like half hour of it here, 20 minutes of it there, 30 minutes of it there, and it'll take me like 3 or 4 sittings to like finish this freaking movie. It's not the best way that I like to watch movies. However, like if I'm watching a movie that I've seen like a ton of times, I'm okay with it. And Top Gun I've seen a ton of times. So I was kind of piecing this movie together over the last few days. Great freaking movie, man. Great freaking movie, and I love that movie. It kind of like ages really well, you know what I mean? It's pretty damn good, it's a good damn movie. I love it. I like the sequel too. The sequel is good also. But anyways, so I was watching this movie and I finished it. But again, I was having trouble sleeping last night, so I got back up. And I just kind of got into this because I watch a lot of these movies on DVDs, guys. Listen, that's a whole nother podcast, but I am a really big fan of DVD. I'm not a fan of streaming services. I have streaming services. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I have streaming services, but my preferred way to watch movies is on DVD. That's me. I could go into a whole nother podcast about that. That's not what this is about. But so I was looking at the DVD last night, and I was like, this DVD is so good. It's got like 5 hours of extra stuff on it, like documentaries and all this other stuff. So I was watching like the making of Top Gun, and there was all these little half-hour mini docs on there about the making of different aspects of Top Gun, like the casting of Top Gun, how they cast the actors, the planes of Top Gun, like how they got approval from the Navy to do all this stuff, how they actually made it happen, how they got real Top Gun fighter pilots to actually fly the planes, all the way down to like the soundtrack and all these different like components of the movie, right? And I was just watching all these freaking extras for Top Gun. And I do that, I'll go deep in the woods on these movies that I like, I remember watching African Queen like a couple years ago, and like it was the first time I'd actually seen it, and I got just fascinated with this movie. And I went to YouTube and I watched all these like extra little miniature features about African Queen or whatever. So I'm like that. Like I go deep in the woods on these movies sometimes, right? Especially if I like them. The reason I bring that up to you is to give you a little context about adding legend, right? Building legend. right? The fact of the matter is, you have the ability to make your product more than a product. You have the ability to make your book more than a book. You have your ability to make whatever you're releasing more than just what it is by building some legend around that thing. You know, what I was doing with Top Gun is, if you think about it, like, I was not ready to leave the universe of Top Gun when the movie was over. So this idea of like building legend around a product, you know, Top Gun did that with all those extra features. When you look at a DVD and it's got a bunch of extra features, it's got extra stuff, extra content that you can consume about this thing, right? Well, you can do that with your products too, okay? A lot of people waste this opportunity. What happens is they put a product out and then they add 3 bonuses, or they add 4 bonuses or 5 bonuses. And the idea is to compel people to buy something, to push them over the top. Like if they're teetering on the edge of wanting this thing, you add the bonuses and you stack value, right? And it pushes them over. But the thing about it is, like, what if instead of looking at it like, okay, I need some bonuses for this thing to push people over, instead of looking at it just like a sales tactic, a way to, like, you know, stack value on your sales page, what if you looked at it also like an opportunity to build legend around your product? Look at it like the special edition DVD of the movie. If you look at your product like a movie, whether it's a book that you released, whether it's a product that you released, you know, whatever it is you released, what if you looked at like the bonuses like a way to build legend? So what do I mean by that? You know, why couldn't you do like a making of this product? You know, where you put on a little interview where you talk about how you made this thing. Why can't you do a behind the scenes? Why can't you do some of these extra things that happens in the DVD extra scenes, right? Why can't you do like for example, I did this product a while back, you know, where it was like 10 products. It was 10 products, and like, and not even that. I mean, we don't even have to go for that example, but the point is, all 10 of those products, I rough sketched out on paper like what I wanted the products to be. I bullet pointed out the points that I wanted to make in each product. I bullet pointed everything out on paper, right? Now, I could have easily scanned those original papers and added those scans to the product. Original bullet point mapped sketches of courses or whatever. And you might think that sounds stupid. And maybe it does sound stupid to the person who's just buying the course to get the information. But the person who goes through the course and they really like you and they really resonate with you, right? The way I resonated with that Top Gun movie, the way I liked that movie, like, some people are going to look at the extra stuff. They're going to pull open the little, you know, rough sketches of what your course was. They're going to watch your behind the scenes, you know, video of you just filming yourself talking about why this course exists. Do you have any funny stories about you putting this thing together? Do you have any interesting, like, kind of behind the scenes, like, takes, you know, that like happened during the making of this that you could share with people? And these things become fascinating bonuses, right? They do. You don't have to make up your whole bonus section of this stuff. However, I want you to know they are very congruent with the front end course, and they build legend for the course. What it does is it's going to, for a certain amount of people, what it's going to do is it's going to pull them closer, not just to your course. It's not going to make them even. It's going to make them like your course more. It's going to make the course more endearing to them. But not only that, it's going to make you more endearing to them, right? So this essentially is going to extend the life of your customers, right? So if you go the extra mile and you add extras like this, bonuses like this, first of all, what you're doing is you don't see this a lot in info products anymore. You don't see a lot of people doing stuff like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to be moving a little bit outside of the norm, right? You're going to be building legend, and you're going to be adding bonuses that go a long way towards extending the life of your customer. Building legend is a big deal. You don't hear anybody talk about this, but it's a big deal. It's served me very well over the years. To be honest, it's something I've kind of gotten away from, and I want to get back to it. You know, watching that DVD last night, all those extras on Top Gun just made me realize, man, this is like an hour and a half movie, and and it's got like 5 hours of extras on it. I mean, this is freaking amazing. Like, if you're not ready to leave the world of a product yet, I mean, adding bonuses like that for the people who went through your little 10 video course or your little 100-page ebook or whatever it is, and like they're not ready to leave the world of your product yet, like to add extras like that, it's just like cool little things, and you'd be surprised how easy stuff like this comes together. It doesn't always need to be like a practical thing. Sometimes it's just about growing your product into more than just a product. Sometimes it's about growing your product into an experience, right? And these kinds of things allow people to not leave your world just yet. They're not ready to leave the world of that product just yet. And if you can put some stuff in there for people like that, man, I'm telling you, it's going to go a long way towards extending life of your customer. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Whatever. I think you guys get it. Top Gun, deleted scenes, extras, DVDs. Treat your products like that. You know, there's a novelty to it. There is a legend building component to it. And it goes beyond just like, you know, stacking value on a sales page with bonuses. So that's all I got. I hope this is helpful to you guys. If this has resonated with you at all, be sure to get over to epicconversions.com, sign up for my free newsletter. That's all I got. That's it. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Thoughts on a Wall. Peace now.